Hey guys, it's Fiona and welcome to our special bonus call for the for doing some tapping, for seeing my tutu gang out there. Yay, yay, yay. I'm actually wearing my tutu. And so if you're on live or you're listening later, I love, love, love all of you. And I wanted to do some really good tapping today, right? Because I was just saying before I started the recording that, you know, we are in a crisis. It is very serious. And I'm so happy that the world is taking it so seriously. And yet all of the spiritual laws still apply, right? So all of the things that we've been studying, we've been learning, we've been doing, the way manifestation works, all of that is still true, and even more so now than ever, right? So raising our vibration, keeping ourselves up. So I was just asking the group, was anybody triggered by me wearing my tutu and being at my normal self, right? You guys know me, I'm usually this, sounds like choppy. Okay, thanks, babe. Can y'all hear me okay? It's okay? Okay. So I'll try not to bump the table. So if now more than ever, right? Because the world was always in fear, but we've sort of ripped the Band-Aid off of it. And now we're able to bring it out on the table, right? How has the world been dealing with it so far, all the fear? We've been numbing ourselves, right? We've been staying busy, busy, busy. We've been, you know, overeating, over whatever, all of the distraction, right? Who remembers the movie where the guy was like, squirrel, squirrel, the dog, squirrel, squirrel, right? Was that Up? I think that was Up. That's what we've been doing as a humanity. And now we're being asked to slow down and stop, and literally stop everything. Whoever imagined this would happen in the world? But it's a beautiful opportunity as well, right? So it's scary as shit, and it's also a beautiful opportunity. And I feel like, especially for you guys have been doing the work for a long time, right? This is our time. We've been in training for this. I am shocked at myself, because you guys have known me for a long time, know that I carry a lot of fear in my body, always have. It's how I'm wired. And my mission is about helping people to step through their fear. And yet I keep checking that I'm not feeling so much fear. And I think Barbara, you said it as well. Like, it feels like I've broken through the fear and stepped into love. And I feel like that's what we're being called to do, because, you know, let's see. Let's all just take a breath for a minute, because I just kind of started talking a lot, and that's not what we're being called to do. We're being called to settle and ground ourselves. So let's just take a breath. And just let's take one more nice deep breath, cleansing breath. And on a scale of 0, I just want you to check in with yourself right now. How deep is your breath? On 10 being, I can take a full, deep, unrestricted breath. So this now 10 is, I'm all the way able to breathe all the way down into my lungs. 1 would be very shallow. I can't take a deep breath. Fear is up and I can't breathe. Give me some numbers. If you're on the screen, you can show me with your hands. A 7, Vicky. Yes, 7. 7's good. Yes, 10's okay. 8's okay. Good, good, good. Remember, 8's good. You can also type in if you want to type in. I have the chat on. Anyone less than a 5? Good. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, Karen is. Anyone else? Like, I have 2 screens of people. Oh, yay! Look at that. Yeah, so remember, all feelings are welcome. Yes, 4, 4, yep, good, good, good. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, what I want to do today is welcome everyone's experience, all the feelings, right? So everything is welcome here, because this part of the awakening of the world is for us to get in touch with our feelings, right? So what I was talking about with the world being distracted is that we haven't been feeling our feelings, and now we're being asked to. Yes, worried about asthma, not being able to breathe, feeling other people's stuff. Yes. So a lot of us are very empaths. Yes, we're able to sense energy on a whole different level. So we're feeling the fear of the world. We're feeling our own fear. We're feeling the uncertainty. So let's just tap. Let's start tapping. And sometimes you guys do your own tapping, because a lot of times I just pick a place and stay there. So if you want to do the whole rounds, please do that. Don't look to me to say where to go. It's also hard for me to tap sitting down. I'm a wanderer. I wander around when I tap. I walk. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to light our candle while you guys start tapping, create our sacred space. It's hard to take a full breath. I can't breathe all the way fully. There's so much fear in the world. And I'm picking up on it. I'm sensitive to feelings. And the world is scared right now. I'm just going to honor all of the world's breathing. Maybe even Mother Earth has been having trouble breathing. And so as we struggle with our fear, perhaps she's able to breathe clearer now, as we give her a moment of rest. That's kind of cool. Take a breath. Good. So let's tap for the fear in the world. So for our personal fear and for the world's fear, all this fear, it's so scary. Times are so uncertain. I'm not sure what's going to happen next. All this fear in the world, all this anxiety. Just going to honor it in myself and in the world. What's going to happen to the economy? What's going to happen to me? Everything's shutting down. Where's the money going to come from? All this fear. All this fear. Stressed and anxious. All the uncertainty. My system's running with fear. The planet is running with fear. Just going to honor it and acknowledge it. I've been trying to tap it away or get rid of it. Maybe even shame it. What if I could love my fear? My fear is the 4-year-old inside me who is terrified, so scared. How would I talk to that 4-year-old? Would I scream at it to get away, to get out? What's wrong with you? Stop it. Or would I love that little girl, that little boy inside, hold them and hug them, comfort them, tell them it's all is well, that it is okay to be scared, that it's all okay, that we're going to make it together. Take a breath and shake it out. And I've really been, yes, good. I love seeing you guys. You guys, this is so weird. I never get to see you. I'm really working on physically like shaking the body. I saw a lot of you doing that, right? So especially with fear's held in the body. So good. Yeah. So just take a nice deep breath again and like audibly let it out. Let that nice deep, yes, good. Yes. How's that feel? Good, yeah. So take another deep breath and let's test it. Let's see how we're doing now. Breathe in. Breathe out. Were you able to go a little bit deeper? Yeah, feeling a little bit better? Give me some of those that were 4. Yes. Okay, moving up. Good. Thank you. Awesome, awesome. About the same. Okay, good. Moving up. Anyone going down? Anyone moving down? Getting more scared? No? Okay, good. So let's do some of the specifics. So thank you guys for everyone who sent me emails with what you wanted to tap on and put on the Facebook page. I've taken some notes and I'm gonna use some of your notes, and then we'll have a time to take some comments from you, from everybody, whoever wants to share. I wanted to let you know that I pulled a card for the group before we started. And I got this card. It's flexible. Flexible. So of all the cards in the deck, I thought that was a pretty good one. It says, the Oracle's message: a tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet the branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay awake. Right? Oh my gosh. So let's do some tapping for the uncertainty. So just tapping through the points. Oh, I feel so scattered and unfocused. And there's all this stress to do something, especially if I'm a coach or a healer. All this free content coming at me. And I may be feeling frozen, or maybe just feeling stuck. I'm not sure what to do. Just going to honor that. It's okay to be wherever I am. It's okay to be up and down. Sometimes I feel a little schizo. One moment feeling great, the next moment in fear. I'm loving the extra time to slow down, time maybe with family, time for self-care and maybe fun. And yet there's all this fear and uncertainty. What's going to happen? What am I supposed to do? Every time somebody sneezes, I freak out, whether it's myself or somebody else. What if people I know die? What if it gets into my family? I'm scared for my older neighbors, my aging parents. What if something happens and I can't go care for them? It's scary times. I'm honoring all my feelings, all my fears. I'm allowing them to be here in the safe space of my heart. My heart can transmute fear into love. So I'm making a little space in my heart for my fear. A little space where it can be there. Feeling healing and love. I honor all my feelings. I honor my wanting to take action. I honor my wanting to numb out. Watching Netflix and movies and shows. What if I gave myself a break? Suspended my judgment. just allowed what is ever is here to be here. And if I'm inspired to take action, I celebrate that. What if I could celebrate wherever I am right now? Now is the time to feel the feelings and to stay grounded and flexible. Because when I'm in panic, I can't think straight. When I'm in panic, ideas aren't very clear. So it's okay to feel the fear. It's safe to feel the fear. And it's safe to let it go, to give it space. It's safe to feel it. And it's safe to release it. Release it into that space in my heart where it's healed. And take a breath and shake it out. Good, good, good. Yes, good. I think that like, and tap at any point when if you're getting triggered or you want to just keep tapping is great. There is that feeling of like guilt when other people have it worse, right? And that's another way that what we use to not validate our feelings, right? So again, I really want everyone to think about that little child, that little 4-year-old inside you. And now if you haven't ever taken out a picture of you at that age and looked at it, do that now. And look at it, because that's sort of saying like, oh, would you say that to a 4-year-old? Everybody else has it worse. You know, you like, right? Would you be like, you know, they're like, Mom, I just had this shitty day. I couldn't get my computer to work. And then you would just be like, what's wrong with you? You should feel, you know, you should be happy for, well, I guess we did kind of grow up with that. Like, right. When we eat your dinner, there's starving children in Africa. So that's all kind of wired into us, right? That belief, that didn't come from us. It came from being wired into us. And so, yeah, I think it's really, really powerful that we let our feelings be our feelings. And when we're sad about missing a vacation, hell yeah. Let's be sad. Let's not numb out our feelings, whatever they are, right? Because it doesn't serve the world. Yeah, I just want to say what a beautiful download. And I think what you've said is so important, Lori, in honoring exactly where you are. And I love that idea of the train. Yeah, you can't stop it on a whim, on a dime. You have to let it come to its natural stop. I heard somebody talk about it as, remember when you're a kid and you would swing so high, you would swing, swing, swing. And that moment right at the top where you just like, you were suspended and you didn't know what was going to happen, right? Like, you know, are you going to go over this time? Or are you going to like just fall? Like that moment of stop, like we've been accelerating. And now we're sort of at that peak almost, and we don't know what's going to happen next, right? And so it's like, but in that moment, everything is possible, right? There's no gravity. There's a freedom. There's an excitement in that moment, right? And now the more than ever, like this nervous excitement idea, the nerve excitement, you know, it's in the air and we can feel it. And so it's like, it's hard sometimes to be sensitive, like to like, cause to ourselves, right? To other people that are totally in fear. And then ourselves, we're totally in that fear. And I just love, Lori, how you said it about just giving ourselves that freedom to feel what we're feeling and see what's coming next, giving ourselves a space. So beautiful. Control, because we feel like that's one of the things that's been ripped off the planet, right? That we don't have control. And yet we never had, right? So, you know, for example, where are my numbers? Not to, again, if it triggers you, tap, but like 1.4 million people die every year in car accidents. 1.4 million. That's 3,200 a day. And yet we get on the roads every day and we drive, right? 55 million people die every year just on the planet for different reasons, right? So it's kind of you know, if you look at the numbers, I think it's 25,000 a day for heart disease. They're like 26, 25 for diabetes is lower, but cancer, right? So it's interesting that this little tiny virus that you can't even see is startling everybody and waking us up, right? Because the chances of being actually more people die by mosquito bites every year than have died yet by the virus. And yet this has changed our worlds. This we're paying attention to. So can you feel that it's like something bigger than just the virus, right? The world, the world was like, wake up. We gotta take responsibility, because, you know, we kind of had this sense, this false sense of control and security. And I believe in ways, you know, good and bad, the world will never be the same, right? So we don't know what's going to happen, but in the midst of all the scarcity and the hoarding, can you see the beautiful kindness coming out? You know, a whole new level of like families walking in the park. Glenn and I went for a walk yesterday. I was shocked by how many people were out there. You know, people passing, we're in a little cul-de-sac, so there's really no reason for people to come down this way, but like all day long, people are walking by, talking, children, animals. It's fabulous. And like many of you have said, we've been asking for this to slow down the world. Who thought this would ever happen, right? How many parents are out there carting their kids to like 1,000? I mean, when I look at my friends that have kids, I'm like, how do you keep up with their schedules? Like they're going to 3 things every night, 3 different kids going here and there. And all of a sudden we're back to doing puzzles and board games, right? So I'm watching Anne with an E, Lori. If I never thought I would watch that, but somehow that attracted my attention, and I'm already in season 2, Anne with an E, about a simpler time, right? And it's really speaking to me. So we're connected in a way, like, so think about Facebook as the world, how we're connected, right? So you only see on your board your friends, right? But other people aren't as connected as we are. Other people aren't tied into all you beautiful coaches and healers. Other people don't follow people. So for their world, you might be the only person that knows tapping, that knows healing modality, that is solid and grounded and flexible, right? And so if you're feeling that pressure to do something, first honor that you could be frozen and not sure what to do, but also honor that you might be the beacon of hope for someone. Does that make sense? Because I'm kind of overwhelmed. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. I'm a little overwhelmed by like, oh, I want to listen to what they say, and oh, what are they saying? And at the same time, you know, I kind of had to put it to the side and say, okay, what am I feeling right now? What do I want to say? So yeah, you're right. I mean, that's what, you know, I just think it's so interesting. Like, now more than ever, manifestation is real, right? And so it's like practice everything that we've been learning all along the way. Let's have fun with it, right? That's why I wanted to wear the tutus, and I really didn't know. Like, I didn't know if people would be like, no, we can't wear tutus. We have to be serious. Now is actually the time to like raise the vibration, to play with, you know, as Barbara just said. Now is the Brenda, these are the times of huge opportunity, right? When the world is in this sort of place, things become more polarized in a strange way, but we're also like coming together, right? So looking for, you know, looking for people helping, looking for that things are showing up and you're finding them, looking for the good that people are doing, right? It's a beautiful time for that. And so I was going to say something. Oh, freedom. It's so interesting for those of you in Epic Havingness that our topic we're coming up to for next week is freedom, because it really is, this whole situation is really highlighting that our thoughts make it so. Right. And so how can, you know, several of us have talked about being scared our whole lives and now we're not. That's a whole freedom I've never felt. I didn't realize there was always a layer of fear there, always in the background going on. And I keep checking and I'm like, I should be more afraid. What's going on? But that's a whole new level of freedom in the way I think about the world and how I see the world, right? And so we can look at this and be in terror and make a hell, right, of our lives, or we can look at this and see the good that's unfolding, and it's just our thought that changes it, right? It's just our thoughts that change it. And so it's really interesting from that standpoint. So you just reminded me that when I woke up this morning, I had this vision of, you know, the idea of so above, so below, so within, so without, right? This is actually how manifestation happens and how magic happens. This idea that we live in a fractal world, and that in each part, it contains the whole. So as you make a change inside yourself, you change the entire planet. I just had this idea of, I was doing a meditation and I saw the world, I was above the world, I was outside of the world, and I was looking at the world, and we are kind of a virus on the planet, you guys, right? So like, you know how they do like the smallest, like they look at the galaxy and like we go up, 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 it's the galaxy. And then we go down into the cells and it's the same. It's the exact same. That's what it is, right? And so I just was having that same idea of, you know, if you saw the world with all the people and all the cars and all the things, if you were just looking at the world, it would look like looking in our petri dish and seeing all the stuff in there. And yeah, we're kind of having this spontaneous remission of like quieting so the earth can heal. I'm really seeing that, and we're seeing that happen all over the world, right? With pollution down, and you know, all the kinds of, like, think about how many people are not getting killed on the roads. Think about all the people that are not being shot. Think of all the, you know what I mean? Like all the things that could be happening that are not happening. It's going to be really interesting. We're living in exciting times. So you guys, here's the thing. We all signed up. We all signed up to be on this planet on this time. And so it's, do you all believe that? Or am I the only one? Yeah. Right. So here we are. And it's cool, a cool time to be alive. Again, not taking anything away from the scariness of it and all the everything, but also feeling into the possibility of it, right? We've always had this, but now the whole world is waking up to it, if that makes any sense. Yeah, sweetheart, I love that. And you're reminding me of the Hector's Search for Happiness. So for those that aren't in Epic Happiness right now, we have like movies that go along with each theme, and Hector's Search for Happiness, if you haven't watched it, it's what Marty's just describing of, it's all of the feels, it's all of it. It's not just happiness, it's sadness, it's grief, it's joy, it's excitement, it's fear, it's all of that makes us whole. All of that is what makes life worth living, and so exciting, and so beautiful. I think that's a beautiful way to end the call. Keep tapping, keep using your tools, keep acknowledging the feelings, being our message of being flexible and grounded, so important. And thank you so much for being part of the Tutu Gang, the fabulous Epic Tutu Gang. You know, if you need to want some extra support, reach out and let me know. We've got the group. Please keep posting and letting us know what's going on with you. And yeah, magic is real, people. Go and walk in magic and be delighted in all the things that you see, the good, the bad, the everything, because the world is, we're ushering in a new way of being, a whole new world. And what an exciting time to be alive. So lots of love to you guys. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to be a part of this amazing group of people. So love you guys. Bye for now. Bye.